Welcome to today's episode of Let's Build Africa. Today we are having the opportunity to discuss a very important topic, which is fixing the African countries versus fixing our attitude. I have with me some important personalities who I'm very glad to meet, or I'm very glad that they have accepted to join us. I have with me here Royce. Can you tell us more about yourself, please?
Yes, as you have heard, this is Royce Wampale, a civil engineer by profession, and at the same time a global change microphone, so you expect a lot about change. Thank you.
And I am Morgan Ernest Figo from Ghana, currently reading Masters in Electrical Power Engineering. Yeah, I love research.
Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to have you here. Thank you for accepting to be here with us to discuss this topic with us. Today we'll be discussing a very important topic, which is fixing the African countries versus fixing our attitude. What we need to do, what is realistic, what is supposed to be done. So I hope that we'll have a very blissful discussion.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so the topic is about fixing the country or fixing our attitude. Or we can say fixing the country versus fixing our attitude, which is more important, which would help the nation to grow. So Mr. Morgan, I would like to find out from you briefly, who has the responsibility to fix the country? Whose responsibility is it to fix the country?
Our leaders.
Our leaders.
Our leaders. If one exists, then I would say our leaders. Because if you belong to a system where we practice democracy, then people are elected into offices to mount affairs. You are to path the way and let your people follow. So I think our leaders are responsible for fixing the country.
Thank you very much. Mr. Royce, do you have anything to add?
Yeah. I think I might differ, but not completely.
Okay.
Yes, we need the leaders in this, but there are many things which can, can change. You, the citizens, can change a lot, even when the leader was not willing to change. So it's really a fish pond story. So who is so necessary to the fisherman? But I think the citizens, because it's even from the citizens that we get a leader. So even if there's something wrong with the leader, if the current citizens are good, then we are sure that the next leader will be good. Yeah, sure.
Thank you. So a throwback question. I'm not in Mr. Morgan's head, but probably people will feel, or a lot of Africans feel that the kind of level of interaction they have with their leaders, with the politicians, the kind of promises they give them, the way they make it sound like if they are given power, they are going to make life very comfortable. Don't you think that is the reason why sometimes citizens expect more from the leaders?
Yeah. So typically, you want me to confirm that the leaders they are the ones who disappoint the people.
Not the leaders. I just want to know. Do you think that the citizens should be much concerned about the promises, or do you feel that the promises of the leaders are what is causing us to feel that?
Sure. If you can't fulfill a promise, it's better you never speak of it even at any one moment. So this is really, it's really very funny. This issue of speaking what you can never fulfill, it's more of like you're not leading. I think you just want to take everything for stories. And where Africa is standing currently, we are no longer at a point of making stories. Yes, actually it's better they don't even speak anything, but we see any among the contestants who is successful, we see him doing great things that he didn't even speak of, than just speaking more than what you know you can achieve. And this is lagging us actually. You have to know, I have to do something. But he doesn't even need to tell us. I think the greatest challenge is on how we really identify also our leaders. You want to identify leaders from what they really speak to you, as though they are from another country. You have been with them, you have to identify leaders right from how they have been doing even before they were leaders. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Morgan. So there is this problem that I want us to discuss from you. I want you to give me a brief explanation. Do you think that probably the style of leadership or the style of governance is the problem? Do you think, is it possible that if there is no governance, maybe there is no like leader, we are all together working to achieve it? Don't you think that will help? Or do you think we need a leader, we need governance to help a nation?
I think we need leadership, because even in the animal kingdom,
Okay.
they are leaders.
Okay.
There are rule of laws. Nonetheless, if we say the opposite way, if there are no leaders, it means who is going to be responsible for whatever happens? Are they going to be security men to protect us, or we are going to protect ourselves? And you know, humans are very cunning. We might be selfish at a point in time and might override someone's emotion. So nonetheless, there should be rules and order. There should be leadership. Then from there, we can then streamline our attitudes towards it.
Thank you very much. Okay, so there is this issue about fixing the country. Is there a particular clear-cut way of doing that, especially in the African religion? Right. Is there any clear-cut way of doing that in African religion? Because we see the youth fighting, the government should fix the country. Okay, they talk about employment, they talk about employment. Most of them is about employment. So do you think that
things.
what
Economy.
So my question is, what is included in the fixing process? Briefly, just you can give me two.
This is really tricky, but at the same time, I think it's interesting. Fixing the country, you can't fix really what you don't understand. Like, I might speak from a perspective of engineering. Like, you cannot really call an engineer to come and fix something that is completely new to him.
Okay.
So it all starts with understanding your country. So most of the people who really want to see the country fixed, they haven't understood the country clearly. And I think we the citizens of any country, Ghana, like my brother Morgan, he understands Ghana very well. After understanding Ghana very well, he cannot fix it. But the challenge is the youth see no unemployment. The root cause, they don't know it, but they want it fixed. You get me? I mean, if they understand it, they will best know who should fix it. Because sometimes you will think it's the president, or it's a minister who is really causing this. But if you dig deep, you will realize that it's back to us. All right? Yes. So I think the first process understand the what I am calling need assessment. Yes, assess. Then I think after understanding, that's when you can come up with strategies and ensure it is the right person giving us the right strategy. Yes.
Thank you very
if
much.
it is finance, let's have the youth who have knowledge about finance come out. Not a social worker starting to speak about finance. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that submission.
Oh,
Mr. Morgan, can you give me another another item that is included in the fixing process? You mentioned of identifying the problem. What else do you think?
The other thing I'd like to talk about is having realistic youths. The youth must be realistic.
Okay.
If I want to elaborate more on being realistic, right now that we are seated here, we have lots of ideas, but I can bet you, should any of us have the power to implement, it will be a great mess. Because what we see at the top as leadership is not what somebody outside might be seeing. Power, they say, is very corrupt. Okay, so you see we young boys going about, let's do this. And amongst ourselves, you just be there, and then a big man or so-called big man will come and say, hey, I see you to be very powerful. Come, let me tip you. You tip that guy, the next day he goes back into that group and he's like, I'm done, I'm not doing this again. So if we really want to fix a country, we must have realistic youths who understand the core or the basis of fixing a country. Then we can move forward from there.
Thank you very much. I'm really intrigued by the submissions. It's really good. I know the viewers are also enjoying it. So we'll go for a quick commercial break and we'll be back and we'll continue. Thank you very much.
For the best entertainment and education. Be sure to tune to the station that gives you more to beat your imagination. For fun and for pleasure, it's your destination. We are first in news you juice, we pick your views. You don't want to lose all the toast and trails we bring to you. We take you to entertainment, loop the loops. We serve you with trendiest filler, trendiest thriller. Or there is a more, it's a fan-filled villa. Fashion talks, relationship talks, there's more. Idea, there's a great chinchilla. We got the best for you, we got the best for you. We serve you with honor, we leave the choice to you. To tune in and station to the best TV station is Priana. Keep watching Priana TV. Priana TV, watch all you want. The name no dey here.
Welcome back from the commercial break. I hope my viewers are still watching. For those who just joined us, this is Let's Build Africa, and we are discussing fixing African countries versus fixing our attitude. Okay, so we'll be going to the part 2 of this session, and we'll be digesting some other personal and very serious issues as well. So, Mr. Morgan, I'll start with you. Every African nation or every African country has institutions that are supposed to make sure that things are checked, system is working very well, and then people are doing their work, and the country is being fixed. Okay. Now there are some of these institutions that have been corrupted. Okay, corruption is very high in these institutions. For instance, the justice system. So with such a problem, what do you think will be a solution to, for instance, the justice system of the African countries?
Okay, let me start by saying that most African countries, okay, personally I come from Ghana,
Okay.
so most of my submissions I'll be using Ghana as an example. Okay, you have a system, an institution that the head or the managing director or the judge or the supreme judge of the system is appointed by a politician. Okay, like the case of Ghana. You have the chief justice of the Supreme Courts being appointed by the president of the nation. Okay, so how do you expect such an individual to go into office and be that so-called independent? You know, it brings a kind of cast. And mind you, if you want to take that man off, you still have to go through the president to take him off. Do you get it? And you know how Africans, we are very particular about politics. We care about cleaning the political image than doing justice to the system. Okay, so I believe if we begin to individualize those institutions, okay, for instance, back in school when we were voting for auditors, okay, at first, SRC president has the right to appoint an auditor. And then we realized that at the end of the day, when they bring the audit list to us, it's compromised. So we're like, no, now auditors will go for elections, we'll vote for them. And they don't have any right or responsibility towards the president. And come and see, things were working. Okay, so I believe if we can be able to even put those men on the ballot paper, and let citizens vote for them. Let them come in individually without owing allegiance to any of the presidents, any of the political leaders. Let them be independent. Let them have the 4 years tenure, and let them know that they are working for Ghanaians and that nobody, the word nobody, they owe allegiance to nobody. Let's see, there will be a change if we take it in that angle.
Thank you very much. This is very powerful submission.
But then, thank you, my brother Morgan. I mean, I don't know whether it is a system corrupt. Anyway, I thought they are the individuals, but then, even if we change the system, I don't know. Anyway, it's fine. I think I know I'll talk about what you'll tell me. But I'm wondering about
but
this.
If you have a submission,
This is
if you have a
really interesting.
about this, you can talk about it.
You know, a system sounds like, I don't know, it's like there is a machine that is corrupt somewhere. I mean, these are individuals, as you have just actually said it. So I feel like this personality today's chapters, it is attitude. Should we fix attitude? Should we fix Africa? I mean, which should come first, or which should influence which? I think attitude of the people has to be first scrutinized. I mean, if we are to avoid these issues.
Okay. So my question to you is, how do you control? How do you make sure attitude is fixed? Because I believe, personally, for me, that sometimes the system can tune people towards a particular attitude. Like he said, that if he owns allegiance from his point to the president, because the president appointed him, okay, he has to act in a way
He's
to
president.
suit his president.
Wow.
So if the system, maybe for him, if he thinks if the system is changed, it will also, because if the system is changed, then maybe you will not be scared to take certain action, because you know that the president has no power over you. Maybe that is how I understand his submission. But if you have other submission,
it's really kind of tricky. Actually, the truth is,
okay,
if we have people whose attitude is fixed in Africa, people who understand that they have a lot to do about changing Africa,
okay,
I trust even when the president has chosen me,
okay,
if I have the attitude that I am serving Africa, and I have to see Africa through this challenge,
okay,
just that it is facing, I cannot really compromise anything just because it is the president who fixed me there. Actually, I have no problem him removing me than him letting me there, continuing to do nothing. And if this is on every individual, the president will absolutely be guided by the citizens indirectly. Actually, I had a manuscript where I wrote a certain statement, and I always think about this. I wrote about leading your leaders, okay? Leading your leaders, and this is what I think can help us.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Morgan, do you have any submission to that?
Yeah, I have a submission to Bryce's comments.
No problem.
Yes.
Talk about it.
You know, when I was talking, I spoke about institutions,
Okay.
and I'm like, those guys pay allegiance to their bosses,
Okay.
and you were like, they should have the right attitude. I can give an example. There was an auditor in Ghana recently, and there was a chief economic advisor to the president who brought in a Unipass. When you talk about Unipass, the system at the port where all goods are to go through the system.
Okay.
He found fault with it and
Yes.
questioned
The system.
the system. He was asked to go on leave. Do you get it?
Meaning
I
like,
really get
like he was sacked.
He was asked to go on leave. You understand the system?
Sure.
And come to think of it, see, in Africa, most African countries, when you come in as a good ship, the system messes you up. You would be sidelined, and in anything you try to bring that change, you will even be shocked. Meetings will happen under your nose, and you will even hear a breath of it.
Surely will be eliminated
In the system.
indirectly.
Yes, you'll be eliminated. You understand? So in as much as people are willing to bring up a good attitude, the system is frustrating them.
Oh, thank you. I get you.
Thank you.
At least 70% I grasp it. But of course 30% I reserve it for the other side of who are those other people who are restricting this man?
Yeah.
I mean squeezing him.
Yeah.
Still they are Africans of wrong attitude.
Okay.
Easy, thank you.
We'll discuss the attitude as well. So now to the attitude.
Yeah.
Now, the citizens, for instance, in a country like this, the youth are fed up. The youth are tired from Ghana. There is this issue of fix the country. But you also realize that these same citizens are also doing things that is tarnishing or destroying the country. For instance, there is this place in my country called Pokwasi. Okay, there's a place called Pokwasi. And then there is this new overhead that has been built. Now, this is supposed to be a structure that is going to help to release traffic. But you realize that after some few days, you have people selling along that side. So such a thing, what do you think is the reason why the citizens are also indulging in acts that tends to derail the development of the country? Meanwhile, we are saying we want the country to fix. but the citizens are also doing things that is going to bring the country down. So where should the line be drawn? Why do you think that this is happening?
Well, I think when you are in a furnace,
Okay.
when you start changing your voice, you entered the furnace unknowingly, like, or you're forced to enter the furnace. When people start hearing your voice changing, making alarms, I think this is the question you're asking me. Well, why is the person changing the voice? So I mean, at some point, the citizens won't avoid you to behave the way they are behaving currently, because of what Africa is looking like. I mean, the people are in fire. I mean, poverty will dictate that please behave like this sometimes. No education will force you to act in a primitive way, and no one should question you. Why are you acting like a primitive person? Should I act like what I am not really exposed to really? No. So I think this might take us to another chapter of the environment determines attitude as well, but we can fix all this. Yes, we have to fight as brothers. We first have to make a family. We should just look at Africa as a family, so that there is nothing like you being rich and you see the extreme poor as someone who is no part of you. I mean, and he continues struggling, he continues misbehaving, and you now be like, look at him. You see? No.
So in a nutshell,
yes,
it is the level of education, the environment, and
the environment, all that. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Morgan, do you have any submission?
Yeah, I'll take this situation on a case of a two-edged sword. In as much as the system also have to be fixed, individuals also have to fix their attitudes. Okay. In fixing, so let me go to fixing the system. Youths not getting hungry. Okay. Hunger in the system, unemployment, low level of education. Let's fix these three. Okay. Educate the people. Let them have jobs. Okay. When they have jobs, they're able to put food on their tables. Okay. Then you come in and be like, okay, I don't want you to go to the bank and jump queue.
Okay.
I don't want you to go to schools and litter your campus. Okay. And you're not littering your campuses. I'm providing you with dustbins. Okay. To drop your rubbish into them. And not going to the bank. I'm giving you a fast system so that you don't jump queue, because you'll be served on your right thing. Okay. At the bus stations, be in a queue. Don't, like, when you make these things possible, when a system is running, individuals are forced to align themselves to it. Do you get it?
Yeah,
when I know that there is an accident happening to me right now, in the next 5 minutes, when I call an ambulance, I'll be rescued. Okay? It gives you that peace of mind to even live around. When you know that your security system is active, okay, on a 24/7 round, where you can pick a phone and call, individuals even will stop having guns on themselves at homes. Do you get it? So that's why I'm saying that it is a two-edged situation. You fix here, when you're able to do this one, the citizens are also able to respond the opposite way, and then we have a balanced scale.
Very clear. Thank you. I'm really enjoying the conversation today. It's like the key points are coming out, and I know that the viewers are also enjoying as well. You can leave your comments at the comment section of what you also think, because this is a very important issue. A lot of citizens are leaving their country to the white man's land because they feel the country is not good. Okay, so I think the next question was even about level of living, laws, and quality of life. And you've already touched on that. So we'll go to the next question. Okay. So exposure of people to the reality of life. How can people be exposed to the reality of life? Because sometimes people say certain things or they expect some things from the government, but in reality, probably this is not what the government should provide. So what do you think the government or the people must do so that they get exposed to the right information, so that they know that, okay, this is my duty as a citizen. If I see someone doing something, it's my duty to report to the police. It's not as if it doesn't matter to me. It is not my responsibility. What should be done? Royce.
Thank you. Well, I think whereas we are discussing the systems, this question still goes back to the systems. If there was normal functioning of the communication systems and I should call it information systems in Africa,
Okay.
then people wouldn't behave like they are not informed. So if we want people to be informed, the information systems should be fine. But then if I'm to admit that, okay, I think we can't just change the information systems like that when the governance itself maybe is not fine. Then I think give a suggestion. I'm thinking there are some individuals who are informed, and as such, I would say if we are to change in some other means, not through the information systems of governance, then we should also think about the individuals who are informed being accessible. You who is educated to a level that you are now going global, you who have understood that this is how things work, this is not the responsibility of a politician or a member of parliament to bring you this. You who has known this as an intellectual, be accessible to the people of Africa. And this is where I come in. I'm like, really, let the intellectuals be accessible by those who are non-intellectuals, so that they also can get a fraction of what they can do. Okay. Thank you.
I would put a question to you, a personal observation that I have. In my country, Ghana, sometimes even when the intellectuals, the individuals who are intellectuals, try to make a suggestion or try to do something, the same politicians will shut them down. For instance, if maybe there is an election and then the incumbent, okay, he's supposed to fix maybe road, and then the incoming, the one who is also attested to become a politician, maybe helps with the construction. The incumbent one will tell him to stop. It is not his right to do that.
This is funny.
Yes, so such a thing. How will you handle such a thing? Because sometimes the intellectuals make themselves available, but the people holding onto power do not want to see themselves tarnished, like they're not doing their work.
Well, the problem is really indeed expand, kind of, it's really, it's too much. And of course, if the politics is now the one endangering the actions of the intellectuals, okay, I will still then go back to the other points which we said. You groom the people, at family level. African families have a lot to do, to nurture people who will become leaders who won't fight positive change. Because if you look at other countries which are really upright, okay, a good suggestion has to be welcomed. I mean, intellectuals should interact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. Mr. Morgan, do you have any submission?
Yeah, on exposure.
Yes.
On exposure. Wow. What I have to say about exposure, having the citizens exposed to their civic rights and responsibilities, is one, we must as elites, we must read.
Okay.
We must learn to read.
Yeah.
Okay. There's this common saying that if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. Okay. So if this is a common knowledge, it means we Africans are known to be people who don't read. Okay. So if you want to see a change in getting exposed, we should begin to learn to read. Then secondly, the use of social media. Okay. If you really, really want to get exposed, not only social media, I mean the internet as a whole. So it's very sad to have heard that Nigeria had to shut down Twitter accounts, and in this 21st century, it looks like a bad image on a democratic nation. Okay, if we really want to be exposed, social media is one powerful tool, And you'll be amazed to know that people are taking degree in handling social media. A 4-year school degree in handling social media.
Yes.
That alone should tell you the magnitude and worth at which social media is going.
Yes.
Okay? And you could see during the lockdown, where would you even hear the president talk? On televisions? You are busy somewhere, you don't even have the TV around you.
Yes.
It's your phone. You go on the official Facebook page of the president and you see him live stream and he communicates to you. Okay? Those same social medias are tools for we citizens to also disseminate our information to people to hear. What do you come online to post? Do you come to talk about nudity? Do you come to sensitize people about the welfare of a society? Or you go read something and be like, hey guys, I've just found out this.
Yes.
Check this out.
Share it.
And yes, share it. And you'll be surprised to find out people who go ahead to follow that link and read. Okay?
Yeah.
So social media as a tool, we citizens should begin to learn to use that tools. Your Instagram, your Snapchat, your Facebook, your YouTube, everything you can lay your hands on. It's gone like the days where we have born before PC. Now, 21st century, every youth has access to social media.
Yeah.
We should begin to use those tools as mediums of disseminating information for people to also get learned on. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I love it, really. Brother Morgan, I think this is what will make me, think of going to Ghana every time and again. I think this is interesting because surely to my fellow Ugandans who could be watching this and any other African, oh yes, any other African who is out there, when it comes to social media, take it critical. Actually, the power of internet. What I can actually, you have just reminded me of one thing. There is someone who asked me when I got some Japanese scholarship. He asked me, who connected you?
Yeah.
This is a land person. I mean, he is educated. He actually might even be having 3 computers because he's really, well off. He's a young man. He's learned. But he doesn't know, I mean, that you can utilize the internet, you connect with people who are outside. Yeah. But he wanted to hear that I got a connection from the country. Yeah. There is someone in the country who connected me. Yeah. I insisted, please, kindly follow the links that I give you. He's like, will this one connect? There must be someone. But the truth is, it's fine. Finally, he understood the process and he realized that there is nothing like anyone avoiding you in the country from accessing scholarships. So it means people are not informed. So they should be informed from this platform. Yes.
If you notice currently, these good universities who want to really, really enroll students have stopped giving scholarships to the government secretariats. Yes. They rather put it online and let it be competitive. Let us pick our students. Because they know the politicians go back again to give those scholarships as a means of thank you to somebody who has gone into the mud to help them win an election.
And not qualified for the
scholarship.
And
not qualified for the scholarship. Okay, so now the scholarship recipients or the scholarship givers have noticed it. And they're like, okay, I'll open a website. If you think you are worth it, per my standards, come in and let's do this.
Nothing to do with your country, nothing to do with your politician. You'll get the scholarship.
You just get it.
As long as you know how to use also internet.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Welcome,
this conversation is getting more interactive, but time is not on our side.
Okay.
So we'll go for a quick commercial break, and when we come, we'll wrap up.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Welcome.
For the best entertainment and education, be sure to tune to the station that gives you more to beat your imagination. For fun and for pleasure, it's your destination. We are first in news, juice, we pick your fuse. You don't want to lose all the choice and trails we bring to you. We take you to entertainment, loop the loops. We serve you with trendiest filler, trendiest thriller. Or there's some more, it's a fan-filled villa. Fashion talks, relationship talks, there's more. Idea, there's a great chinchilla. We got the best for you, we got the best for you. We serve you with honor, we leave the choice to you. To tune in and station to the best station, is Priana. Keep watching Priana TV. Priana TV, watch all you want. The name no dey here.
Welcome back from the commercial break. If you just joined us, this is Let's Build Africa, and today's topic is fixing the African countries versus fixing attitude. And if you just joined us, this is very interesting because the submissions were very nice. So we are about to wrap up. Okay, we want to wrap up, and the final question to each of you is: there is this belief that Africa is beyond repair. Like Africa has gotten to a level where it cannot be saved. So people have accepted that, okay, we need to move from Africa, or some even make it a joke like the politicians to sell the country and give us our share so that we can also go somewhere and use the money to do other things. What do you think? Do you think Africa can be saved? And if it can, how? If it cannot, why? Morgan.
Yeah, let me say that. Let me start by saying, never say never. Okay, if our countries cannot be fixed, you and I wouldn't have traveled to go and study and come back.
Okay.
If in 1992 Ghanaians trained 6 doctors, and today we are training around 1,000 and something doctors, giving some to Cuba to train for us, then it tells you that all those doctors will not come back and be in one hospital.
Okay.
Hence, there will be enough dissemination around the system.
Okay.
So it is time. Gradually, we shall get there. But then again, it might delay based on 1 or 2 things.
Okay.
But we surely get there.
Okay.
We shall surely get there.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Rice, submission.
Well, when you say Africa won't be fixed,
Can it be fixed?
then I think yes. Actually, I don't even understand why you should ask such an impossibility.
Okay.
Like you probably shouldn't even put aside of can it be fixed. I mean, it can. It is obvious.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Actually, what I know, there is a gentleman. Everyone should be knowing him next time we meet on this platform. This E.G. White told us that never shall never happen if it never happened any other way. But anything that has ever happened elsewhere, it can ever happen.
Okay.
This repair has happened in many nations elsewhere. And I trust, just like my brother Morgan said it, that it might delay. Maybe this is what we should be discussing. Anyway, the word is about delay. People have been expecting repair for many years. So I think this is what should worry us. How long shall it take?
Yeah.
But of course the answer is how actually positive, how the magnitude of the positivity of we who really, want to see this inculcated in our system. I mean, everyone should have much magnitude of attitude. Yes, this is why we shall move things. Otherwise, those who start thinking that it won't be repaired, they are the people who won't join us in trying to repair it. And it will take us long to get people who will join us. Of course, I'm part of those who will repair it.
Sure.
Yes, and Brother Morgan, I can see. So really, this thing can be fixed. Let everyone believe, but we should know that it will take as long as how long we have taken to believe it can change. So the shorter we believe that it can change, the shorter we shall achieve this thing. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
it has ever happened elsewhere, so we should believe it can happen in Africa.
Thank you, thank you. If you have been watching, this has been your one and only Priana TV, and today's episode was fixing the country versus fixing our attitude. We thank you for watching. For advert and partnership, you can contact us by +233 54 52 82 904. This is for WhatsApp. And then we want you to keep watching Priana TV. Like, share, and then subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
For the best entertainment and education, be sure to tune to the station that gives you more to beat your imagination. For fun and for pleasure, it's your destination. We are first in news. Yes, you juice, we pick your views. You don't want to lose all the toast and trails we bring to you. We take you to entertainment, loop the loops. We serve you with trendiest filler, trendiest thriller. Or there is a more, it's a fan-filled villa. Fashion talks, relationship talks, there's more. Idea, there's a great chinchilla. We got the best for you. We got the best for you. We serve you with honor. We leave the choice to you. To tune in and station to the best TV station is Priana. Keep watching Priana TV. Priana TV, watch all you want. The name of the year.